the flag bearer, the incoming president, to come over the podium and take over his presidency. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. My father, the Navropio, and all our revered chiefs and queen mothers, my brothers and sisters of NAVRONGO, I am happy to be back home because Wapia has come back home. I want to first thank my father for the love and patience he has shown me, because I'm told that they've been sitting here for a very long time. And if it wasn't because of the love he has for me, by now he should be back in his palace resting. And so I thank you very much. May God give you long life. May God give you good health. The only thing I haven't got yet is my bag of granuts. But I know that before I leave, you will arrange my granuts for me to take along. The last time I was here on these very grounds was in 2016. I had come from Boko on the campaign tour, and I came here and commissioned the expansion of the NAVRONGO water system. And they say, he who gives you water gives you life. When we point at things that we have done, we don't use figures. We point physically at the things that we have done. I don't go to any region and say that we've done 1,726 projects. I point physically at the projects that we have done. And so, for those of us here, we face a very simple choice. And elections are about choices. You are given different options, and you are asked to choose which you want. For us, every time that we have seen development and progress in our part of the country, it is when NDC is in government. When NDC goes out of government, electricity extensions comes to a standstill. School projects come to a standstill. Health facilities come to a standstill. Water projects come to a standstill. Road projects come to a standstill. Market projects come to a standstill. Police stations come to a standstill. Chips compounds come to a standstill. Everything comes to a stop when NDC leaves office. I've been touring the Upper East region these last 2 days, and everywhere I've gone, there are communities that said, you were extending power to us as soon as you left. 4 years now, we're still in darkness. We were doing the Upper East Regional Hospital in Bolga. We finished phase 1, the physical structure. We're yet to bring the equipment and put in and then do the phase 2. After we left, work has come to a standstill. So as I say, for us the choice is simple. The point is, we just need to ask ourselves, what is the nature of our lives over the last 4 years? Because you vote for a government so that the government will come into power and improve your life. If you vote for a government and it comes into power and then the quality of your life is going in reverse, then you have to vote the government out. A recent opinion poll that was done says that 60% of Ghanaians say that their life is worse today than it was in 2016. And obviously it will be, because this is the greatest political sakawa that has ever happened in the history of Ghana. It is the greatest political sakawa that has ever happened in the political history of Ghana. Because Ghanaians were made to believe in a certain packaged product, and to see the NDC government as incompetent, as demons, as evil, as everything. And that these were a group of saints and angels who had just descended from heaven, who were going to change everything in Ghana and make Ghana a paradise. Instead of a paradise, they have turned Ghana into a hellhole. Because what happened to all the promises? Ghana yeye mobododo. Ghana yeye mobododo. Yeti sikaso akomde. You remember that? It says, Ghana, we are very sorrowful. We are sitting on money, and yet we are hungry. Are you not hungrier today than you were in 2016? And then you remember this one. Sikano woho. Sikano woho. Yebeti mesiesi asasi Ghana. They can, the money is there. We can develop Ghana without going to borrow. Do you remember that? Now let me tell you something. From Nkrumah's time till the time John Mahama left office, we left a debt of 122 billion Ghana cedis. 122 billion Ghana cedis from Nkrumah's time till I left office in 2016. Between 2017 and 2020, 4 years, this government, Nana Akufo-Addo and his finance minister, have added to the debt 157 billion cedis. And the question is, 157 billion cedis in 4 years. What do you have to show for it? In my time, I can show water projects, including the NAVRONGO water system. We took water supply from 58% to 76% before we left office. We took electricity supply from 57% to 86% before we left office. We built markets, KJTR market, Atonsu market, Tafo market, Asawase market, Ho market. We built hospitals, Upper West Regional Hospital, Upper East Regional Hospital, Tamale Teaching Hospital expansion, Afari Military Hospital, Fomina Hospital, Kumbawu Hospital, Ghana East Hospital, Shai Osudoku Hospital, University of Ghana Medical Center. And we can show what we did with the money we borrowed. This 157 billion, not one single secondary school completed, not one hospital completed, not one market, no electricity extension. Since they came into power, they have added only 2% to the extension of electricity. No water projects. And so the question is, what have you done with all that money? And yet what it has become is, it's become a government of family and friends. If you don't belong to that club, you don't have opportunities in this country. When I was president, they said that petrol was too expensive because I was selling it for 14 cedis, 50 pesos. And they said drivers come by. They went and instigated drivers for change and asked them to demonstrate against me, and that I've piled petrol with taxes. And when they come, they'll take the taxes off and they'll be able to sell petrol at 8 cedis per gallon. That's what they said. Today, petrol is selling as 24 cedis per gallon. And look at, let me use Gari as an example. In 2016 in Accra, Gari Olonka was 5 cedis, 5 Ghana cedis. They said it was too expensive. Today in Accra, Olonka of Gari is 20 Ghana cedis. When I was leaving office, the dollar was 4 cedis to $1. And they said the foreign exchange rate was too high, and that when they come, they are coming to stabilize the foreign exchange rate. 100 days after they took office, they said that they had arrested the US dollar to stop it from running away from the cedi, and that they had locked it up, and they had given the key to who? You remember they gave the key to who? To the IGP. To the IGP. So 4 cedis to $1. So if the dollar was in prison, how come it ran away again and now it's almost 6 cedis to $1? And you know the joke one of my friends cracked? A joke a friend told me. He said, oh, that dollar they arrested It wasn't the US dollar. They made a mistake. It was the Liberian dollar. You see, this government has destroyed more jobs than it has created. It has destroyed more jobs than it has created. The only jobs they can point to, they say, is NAPCO. That's all. Aside from NAPCO, what other jobs have they created? And yet, they have destroyed more than 10,000 jobs in the banking sector alone. All the GN banks used to have staff in them all over the country. Today, where are those staff? They're all sitting at home. All the UT banks, the Uni banks, and all those banks that were collapsed, they had staff who were working and earning a living. Today, all of them are sitting at home. Some of them have died. Some have died. Some have been ejected from their houses. Some who had their cars on hire purchase have had the cars taken back from them. Some have suffered strokes. Some spouses, wives, and husbands have left them. And that is a damage that is irreparable. And so what have I said? I said when NDC comes back, we're going to restore the Ghanaian indigenous investment in the financial sector. So that those people who lost their jobs can get a job again. And I said that all those who have lost money in the collapse of the financial institutions, we will pay you back in full. Recently, they've called the fund management companies and said, we'll pay you 5,000 of what we owe you. So if you have 1 million Ghana cedis there, they'll give you 5,000 cedis. I mean, how? You know another thing they did? They came into office and said all contractors should stop work. And contractors stopped work. Some of the contractors had to lay off their workers and pack their equipment. Some of them have been sitting at home for 4 years now. Some of them have certificates with Ministry of Finance. Since 2016, 4 years, Ministry of Finance has refused to pay them. A friend of mine is a contractor. He was owed by the government. When he fell sick and he had to go to hospital, his family even found it difficult to get money to pay his hospital bill. He died, and government still owes him. That is the story of the Akufo-Addo administration. But I've told the contractors not to worry. If NDC comes into government in January 2021, we will pay the contractors what government owes them. So all the contractors who are suffering today, don't worry. There's light at the end of the tunnel. NDC administration is coming. When we come, we'll pay you what government owes you. Free SHS. Free SHS is not going anywhere. Free SHS has come to stay. And so if anybody tells you anything different, tell the person he's lying. I started Free SHS in 2015. I launched it. The video is there, is on social media. I'm sure many of you have seen it. We started with day students, and then in 2016 we added boarding students. And this government came and continued. How will a person who started a program then come and abolish it? NDC is going to make Free SHS better. We are going to improve the Free SHS. We were building schools. We didn't finish before we left. We finished some of them today there are children in some of them. Others too were very near completion. This new government came and abandoned all of them. And so let me tell you what we'll do. When we come, we will fast track the completion of the 200 schools we're building, so that children can have enough vacancies in secondary schools to be able to get a quality education. And I've made a promise to the people of Ghana, and I'm repeating it here in NAVRONGO, that if I become president, or should I say when I become president, I promise the people of Ghana that within 1 year, I will abolish the double track system. We will improve, please, can whoever it is, we will improve the quality of food in our schools. The quality of food in our schools has deteriorated. If you ask any of the SHS students, they'll tell you. And that is because they have centralized the acquisition of foodstuff for the schools. The acquisition and procurement of food must be the responsibility of the headmasters. And so the feeding grants must be given to the headmasters, and they will acquire the food either from the buffer stock company or anywhere they can get the food at a good price. And so NDC is going to restore the responsibility for feeding the students to their headmasters and their bearers. I know a headmaster who's a friend who told me that there are times they don't receive their food from buffer stock. And so he has to take money out of his pocket or go and borrow money to be able to feed the students. We're going to put the responsibility for feeding the students, give the headmasters the feeding grants so that they can give the children good quality food. We're going to add the private schools to the free SHS. And so whether you're in a government school or you're in a private school, you will also derive the benefit of the free SHS. Times are hard and our people are suffering, and we need a change so that the NDC will come and continue the good work it was doing. We have the free primary health care program, which is a new program that is coming to supplement the NHIS, that's the health insurance, because only 40% of our people have access to NHIS registration. And so the free primary health care will cover the remaining 60%. If you are part of that 60% without an NHIS card, the system we're bringing will cover you from district hospital downwards to CHIPS compound. If you go with your Ghana card and you are sick, they'll treat you free of charge. You don't have to pay. We have a lot of other programs that include technical vocational training, national apprenticeship program, licensing and regulating Okada and Mahama can do business. Many other such programs. We have 4 months maternity leave for working mothers so that they can look after their children. We have other programs for the Zongos. Indeed, if I mean to talk about all the programs in our manifesto, we'll stay here till tomorrow morning. But let us not be influenced. Right now that we're getting to the elections, they're coming around with little monies and giving to various people and saying, vote for Akufo-Addo. Akufo-Addo said we should give you this money. Please collect the money. Don't reject it. Because that money is our money. Please collect the money. That money is our money. They took it from the stabilization fund. I put that money in the stabilization fund when I was president. I put $300 million in the stabilization fund. And the stabilization fund was put up in my time because it was put so that if there was an economic shock against Ghana's economy, we can take some money from there and be able to alleviate it. And so I put $300 million there. Since they came, they haven't added anything to it. And so when coronavirus came, they needed $2 million to buy PPEs for health workers. Finance Ministry said they didn't have. And then we reminded them, we said, look, there's a stabilization fund. John Mahama put $300 million there. Go and take some money and help with the coronavirus. And so Parliament approved for them to go and take 1.2 billion. Out of the 1.2 billion Ghana cedis, they said use 600 million to support small and medium enterprises that are suffering because of the coronavirus. That is the money they are sharing. Half of it has gone to their party executives. They've got 5,000, 10,000, 2,000, and then they're coming around, and those that the money was meant for, that's you and I, they're giving you 500 and saying vote for Nanado. 500, vote for Nanado. You're getting 500 because they've taken the bulk of the money. And what they're saying is that if Nanado wins, you won't come for the money. But if John Mahama wins, you come and recover the debt. Please collect it. It's our money. I won't collect it from you. Collect the money. So let me thank you very much. And I hope that God gives all of us long life, I pray, and gives us good health so that we will all live to see voting day and we will vote number 2 on the ballot. The ballot paper is going to be like this. There are 12 candidates and NDC is number 2. Too sure. Too sure. If I say too sure, I say too direct. Too sure. Too sure. Too sure. Too direct. Too direct. Too direct. Fantastic. And so, when you go, they'll give you the ballot paper like this. Just look for number 2. You see my picture, you see my name, you see the NDC symbol, and this is where you put your thumb. Please put your thumb in the center of the box. Don't put it near this line or near this line. Put it right in the middle of the box. If you let it go near this line and it crosses the line a bit, they'll say the ballot is rejected. If it goes down and it crosses this line a bit, they'll say the ballot is rejected. So put it in the middle. And then after you thumbprint, listen to this one carefully. After you thumbprint, they normally leave a rag there or some foam for cleaning your hand. Take the rag and clean your hand and make sure the ink is dry before you hold the ballot paper again. If you don't do that and you just thumbprint and then you want to hold the ballot paper and fold it, your thumbprint will go and touch another place. And once they see a second thumbprint on the ballot paper, your ballot becomes a rejected ballot. So please don't make that mistake. We've sent some sample ballot papers to all the constituencies. Please, all of you should go round to our fathers and mothers and those who are voting for the first time, our younger brothers and sisters, and teach them how to vote. Some of you are veterans in elections. Since 1992, you've been voting, so you know how to vote. So those of you who are veteran voters, please take the sample ballots and go house to house and teach our mothers and our fathers how they should do it, and our younger brothers and others. On the parliamentary ballot, our brother Samson is also number 2. And so just look for number 2. Too sure, too sure, too sure, too sure, too direct, too direct, too direct. Thank you. So now, I have the pleasure to introduce our parliamentary candidate for NAVRONGO Central Constituency, We all know him. He's a very accomplished person, very well respected, very intelligent, very honest, very humble, a friend of everybody. And I'm sure that on 7th December 2020, all of us are going to cast our votes for Honorable Samson Tangambu. Tangambu Chiraja. I'm so mastering Samson's name, so don't worry. By the time he has won, when I'm doing some things with him, I'll be mentioning his name very perfectly. So thank you very much. God richly bless you. God take everybody safely back home. Yes, these are Samson's brothers, those who contested with him. And I just want to appreciate them and to say thank you to them personally, and to say that they have shown a sign of political maturity. And that is what politics is about. They say God's time is the best. Maybe tomorrow it will be their turn. And the comradeship that they have shown is the same comradeship everybody will show them. So thank you very much. There's plenty space under the umbrella. When we win and we are in paradise, we will not forget you. Thank you very much. God bless you.